recharging the feeder, I've just put a small amount in there. Sod's law, Mason, just give him a little bit of feed and the feeder's gone off straight away. Like I said, I've just put a bit in just to make sure it don't empty again. Did have a word with Scrag at 5 towns, never happened to him before, maybe because the battery was low. So I've got a bit of a mission on today. I've got to build a shelf to put Mason's pressure filter on for his fry tank. Just going to cut my grass first, and while I'm out today just keep an eye on the feeder. Grass cut, just moved a few of these plants that was bulging. I remember years ago I had a fuchsia here off a woman my wife used to work with who sadly passed, and I chopped it all down and I've just been clearing all the weeds, and thankfully it's coming back. I've just trimmed it a little bit just to get a better shape, so I'll keep an eye on that, see how that goes. Bella from my daughter's garden, if you remember, that was a cutting from the canal. That's took lovely. As you can see, I'm upside down now. I should have gone round my daughter's, has got a garage there, but the owner of the house has filled it with furniture, so I'm stuck with that here. This is the space I've got. I've got to try and build some sort of shelving to house Mason's filter, his UV that I've got. It means me having to move this dechlorinator here and putting a return pipe in here, so I can put the return in from his filter. Little glimpse of his fish. That's enough, Derby Nowser. Missy just dishing dinner up, sod's law. I've been doing a bit of gardening, like I say. I've been stuck for the last few weeks helping the daughter, or trying to help her. And all this now is, apart from his tank, I've been keeping on top of his tank. I'm now back on top of the pool. I've ordered some flow treatment. I've got no problem at all with the koi. I'm just hearing them jump overnight, and I only found that one fluke, so I'm just keeping an eye on them, and I've ordered that flow treatment. I could have bought it from 5 towns koi, never give it a thought. But it's one of them. That's what I'm up to now. Just to get myself some timbers, work out what I'm going to do here, and work out the return with the bits that I've got. So let's see what happens. As you all know, I'm an order. I've recently been to the tip with my daughter and my grandson, picking champion night. I know my other grandson would help. He's boxing, so he's doing a lot of fitness and training and stuff, so, and obviously they've only just been off school a week and it's been raining, so I have been able to ask him to help me, but no doubt he'll help me when I need his help. That's our job, by the way. Bits of timber. Remember that little pallet I took apart? I'm hoping to be able to use that. And of course, them properly there. 2 posts. Yeah, it's blade because he's picking up on this post there. There, you can see them. Them 2 posts there, and I've got them 2 big posts there, which I was going to use for my daughter's fencing, but they've had builders in, so I don't need them for that now, so I'm going to use it. And a few bits of wood that I'm laying on the top of here. I've also got some other little bits lying about, so I'll get this done. I'll get rid of all this crap so Mason can have his play area back. I've been saying that now for about 3 years. Bless him. He's bored now, wants to go out and play because it's proper muggy today. So I'll crack on anyway, see what we get up to. As you can see, I've got 2 long posts, 2 shorter posts. Just done a quick diagram, done with the Elmec head and the tail of it. Taller post at the back, braced, smaller post at the front. Then hopefully you should turn out with almost a little bit of a worktop table and then a bit of board at the back. Hopefully that'll support the filter and then the USB. So what I'm thinking of doing is now, I've had some polycarb off Scrag. I wanted to put a door here, so I've got my cement mixing tray there and the lid off the bin. But the way my back is now, I don't think I'll ever be doing that no more. I ain't going to be able to get a door in here. I had some polycarb off Scrag a while back, so I'm thinking of blocking that in with polycarb if I've got enough, or the sheet big enough. If not, I'll do a piece of polycarb as high as I can, back of the bench, and then hopefully then put either 1 or 2 sheets of polycarb across the back. A short piece there, and then another piece here to the end of his tank for the winter, because he wants me to put patio doors or something there so he can get in and out. And then if I can get any windows off anybody, double glazed window frames, I'll put window frames across there. Hopefully I can get all that done before the winter. Oh, you better believe I am. Well, Ask Greg is more helpful than what he realises. So I've checked this polycarb out. Again, change of plan, as we always do when we're doing jobs. There is the sheet. Now we've got a difference in the back width to the front by quite a bit. I am going to go down the route to doing this polycarb, I don't think, because of the shape. But what I want to show you is, I was running short of timber. Well, I hadn't got timber to fit what I needed. So I've just got them polycarbs out and that timber screwed to it. So I've just unscrewed it. So now I've got my timber I need for the back posts. Let's get on with it. As always with these things, you gotta try and think ahead. So the one piece of timber, I don't need to cut it down. I'm going to use it as it is. So these 2 back legs will have to come further forward than what I wanted, to keep them off that soil there at the bottom and just resting on the slab, which is fine. And then I can obviously put a bracket on here to hold it upright, but I need a return. So I'm hoping Mason's UV will fit along here when I've done it. So go through his filter, through his UV. You know me, I change my mind as I go along, I'm just thinking about it now. So the return will have to go, if I hold that there, the return's going to have to go in this plank here. So I'm going to have to remove these planks off here, fit a return into Mason's tank. As you can see, I've got a few fittings lying about. And the only thing is I've only got these 2 to use. That is off the bottom of a fountain, that fitting. I have got the screwing nut for that. Again, that ain't the right nut for that, but I'm sure that'll do the job. That seal that's on there is too big. So I've got to see if I can source 2. I've got one this side, rubber ring, and then the flat rubber there. Don't really want to use the round rubber ring if I'm honest, so I'm going to see if I can find a couple of gaskets for that if I need to put this in first, which means me draining Mason's tank down. So I'm going to take some water out. The thing is, I'm just lacking on space now because I've got everything lying about, but I think I'm coming down with a cold because I'm feeling a bit snivelly again. So, but carry on. So I'm going to find out what I'm going to do with these. Drain some water out of there. I have got markings on there now where I drain it for Mason to clean his sponges and do a water change. It's due today anyway, so I'm going to drain some water out, get it down below that line, and the return will be over that side there somewhere, that way. I'm going to have him on return in it, so I shall leave these sponge filters still running. I've decided to run with this fitting because it's the only one I've got with 2 decent seals. The part that screws on there is off a fountain, but I've just tightened that up with my hand. You don't need to over tighten, you've got 2 rubber seals, so I'm quite happy that that should do the job, and I don't want to be doing a great big whacking hole in it. So what I'm going to do now is get a piece of board, cut an hole in a piece of board and check. I wanted to get it as close as that, as tight to that circle as I can. I don't need to be too big and waggling about. I need it as perfect, a tight a fit as possible. This is the bit of choice. Pre-drilled it already. Drill one side, turn it over, drill the other side. Stops it breaking through. I've just forced it through there and broke it anyway. It don't make no difference, it's just a trial. Like I say, I want that, a nice tight fitting, which it is, which is what I want. A tip that I learned off a car magazine years ago. When you're fitting your clocks and stuff in, you used to put oil pressure gauges and clocks and temperature gauges and things like that in your dashboards. Sometimes you need these hole saws just a couple of mil smaller, otherwise you tend to find that your clocks rattle or even trying to fit in your dashboard. I've tried this before myself, it does work. If you grind the teeth off the outside, it will still cut an hole, but you will get roughly 2 mil the thickness of the blade, because the blades actually curl out like that, like shark's teeth. So yeah, if you grind all them down on the outside of it, it'll still cut an hole, but you'll have your hole at least 2 mil smaller by grinding the teeth off the outside. I'll cut you off there. Carpy's tip of the week. The nerve-wracking thing now is drilling the hole in the right place there, and I are going to be able to stop a lot of the shit dropping in the water. So I'm going to start this side so I know where the water level is, roughly mark it out on the top, give me a rough idea, put the first hole in there with a little bit of a scuff for the hole, and then flick the drill the opposite side and see if I can just get Mason's little net in the water this side to catch any debris. I just hope I'll go below the waterline, otherwise I'll be in up Shit's Creek without a paddle. Here we go. Swim through, most nerve-wracking thing. This is why we should do these things before we put the water in it. Lesson learnt to anybody who's watching. Do it the easy way, not the hard way. Just going to skim these bits off the top with his net now. The first problem, I'm too high, so now I've got to try and take some of that out, otherwise that ain't going to sit flush on the tank. Not a lot, but enough to fell me, and plus the house has got to go on as well. 5:10. I am absolutely exhausted. I feel as rough as I don't know what. That's the best solution I can come up at the moment. I've got a top here cut up ready to go on the top. I've just got, this is the pump that I bought from Mason, 8,500 litres an hour, Vary pump. The only downside is, before they used to put hose tails in. They don't put them in now. So I've got to look through these fittings and see what I've got to connect it up with. I'll have a look at that now. I'm absolutely cream crackered. Well, I've just opened the box up. I'm quite surprised. I've just done this video once and turned you off instead of turning you round. Let's have a look. So there is a few fittings stuck inside each other, so I'm just going to see if I can work them out to fit onto Mason's filter now. So I'll crack on. If you remember when I ordered Mason's filters, I bought him these bio balls, so I did order some more, but they ended up being too small, so there's 2 bagfuls of them in there. I have got a pond bomb, which I've used in my other filters before. Don't know whether it makes any difference. I'm just going to put the gel in. I don't think I'm going to put the ball in, or I might just put the ball in and net in the tank itself. But the gel itself out the ball I'm going to put in this filter. But obviously I'm going to leave his other filters in his tank and clean them alternative. I am going to take them out, I'm going to leave them in, so they can run alongside this one like I did with fills, rather than have a new pond syndrome. So hopefully this will work. Just going to set it all up now, get the water in it. It's been a long old day, and as you all know, Team Who again, I made this bit of a filter up. It's from Mason's Fry, so it should be okay. Any problems I'll go out and buy another one. But, put that in there now and just try and get the piping working. The only downside is I was short on piping. That's the one I've got for return. The only trouble is it will reach the filter. I've got a one-way valve I'm going to try and put on that so as I can extend it to the filter, because obviously now to do that I've got to take the whole lot out. Bit of a just stop that dowel leak. It is what it is. Well, what an absolute nightmare. What a backbreaker. 7:15. My nose and throat's that rough. Struggling to swallow. Just trickling the tank to get it up now. Just got to wash the sponge out the one side. The best way I could do it. The filter's up there now. It's all connected up. The only thing is now, got the pipe there, the pump down there, all rigged up. Taps open as you can see, but I can't get the plug out the bottom. Last time, if you remember, I blew the pipe and it popped it. Well pop. So I'm just going to fill the tank up for now. Clean the sponge out that side, which was due today anyway. Tidy all up and then I'll get that plug off tomorrow and see if I can get the water circulating. And you can hear them jumping about. These little ones have been jumping about today. So maybe something to do with the weather, I don't know. But, I've had enough now. I feel it's rough as 80 grit sandpaper. Well, I've got to be honest. As you all know, not a lot goes right for me. And I measured this, so I'm going to flick it around. I'm just tidying up now. That box fits in there absolutely lovely, bloody jubbly. I couldn't ask for better. Oh dear, I need a good drink. Water's trickling in. It's got to go up to that line there. That's the return, hopefully. Got to get the plug out tomorrow. Looks like getting the mankini out. The following day, water level still looks the same. I put this in yesterday in that hole to stop the fish, because I've seen the fish trying to go up by that hole straight away. So I put that in, but it did come out this morning. Whether the flow of the water's pulled it out or the fish are down now. The problem we've got today is I've got to get, if you remember back in my videos when I built the tank for mason, I used the drain off a sink. I got a mushroom for the bottom drain. I just put a little bit of sealant round to hold the stainless steel drain part to hold the plug, with the intention of taking that out. Unfortunately, the fish are going to go down that pipe, so I'm going to have to leave the stainless steel piece in with the little holes in, as you have in your sink in your kitchen. The problem I've got is getting the plug out the bottom for the water to circulate. Last time, if you remember, I blew down the pipe and it popped the plug out, but it wouldn't do it yesterday, and I was feeling the best. So, and the other thing is, I got a bacteria pond bomb ball to put in there. I'll never put it in because obviously that's bone dry and it's all dried by today, so I don't get the chance to put that in. I don't really disturb nothing now. I just don't know leaks. That's the biggest concern. But somehow now I've got to try and get the plug out the bottom, and me thinking the only way is that is getting little Mason in his shorts and see if he can reach down and grab it. This should be fun. Okay, so I'm in a bit of an awkward position now. Mason won't go in the tank. I've got one of them closed ears for the rubbish. I'll just hook it up there out the road. I can grab the plug and twist it, it just won't pull with the pressure of the water. I've got this here, but I don't think that the hole in the plug is, there's a little hole that you can put a chain in, which I should have left on. I don't know whether I can get that in the hole and pull it off that way. If not, looks like getting the mankini out and getting him myself. As you can see, I can't get the plug out. Mason's refused to help me out, so I've got to go in myself. how the missus is going to record it. The thing is, I'm going to pull the plug out. I've asked the missus just to check the fittings underneath, make sure there's no water leaking anywhere, because if there is, then I'll just put the plug back in. Shouldn't be, everything's tightened up. I'll hand it over to the missus now so it can film me. Oh dear.
So I press.
Now it's just recording. At least it's warm. Oh,
Is it warm?
God, I thought it was warm.
And you wanted the baby to go in?
Whew. That did feel warm, that did. Oh my God, that's freezing. Oh, it's going to be a one-off, this is. Yeah, that feels warm by your hand, that does.
Good luck.
Really? That feels warm in my hand.
Great! Water's everywhere.
Is that off me?
Oh.
That's why it wouldn't go in that hole, look how tiny it is. So, bit of a panic station, because there's water everywhere. Obviously my body weight, which is why I want Mason to get in, it's lifted the water above the height of the tank, so it's come over the top of the tank, if that makes sense. So what I've got to try and do now is try and get out. I really don't know how I'm going to do it. Throw out the dog. Oh God, slippery. I was going to wear my mankini, but I couldn't find it. Oh,
Seen your back crack anyway.
I'm just going to jump in the shower, get changed, come back and just check see if there's any leaks. I'll back with it in a bit. Sorry about the thing in my mouth, still got a bit of a sore throat. Proper rough yesterday. I've just turned the baby's pump on. There you go. Straight away it's chuffing out. I don't need that much pressure obviously. That was the idea of the Vary pump. Need to top it up now obviously because the filter's filled up. Just checking for any leaks. A little bit of one there, just dripping there. I don't know if that's going to make any difference. Hopefully that'll heal itself or seal itself. And two fittings there, thankfully they ain't good. I was concerned about these because these have wore away. They clip on and lock on. It's only this little plastic white bar there you can see that locks it on. And the other one had wore away, it kept coming off, so I've changed that over. Then two there, obviously I can't check that fitting, but the tank was overfilled yesterday, so if anything it would have leaked yesterday and the floor was dry. This morning, nothing coming out of either one of them joints on the pump because the plank of wood's dry. Same with the fitting by the tap. Nice flower we want. So I've turned that down to 40% and I think that is a lovely flow. I'm going to get the hose on now and get the water topped up. he had a little bit of air gushing around it, which I'm expecting, and the thing is I couldn't get that bacteria ball in it, which is unfortunate. I can hear the pressure in it. Anyway, there's a bit of confusion with the dog. Obviously I run into the house, got undressed, got in the shower, the dog was going berserk. You don't know what's wrong with the dog, so while I was in the shower the missus come out trying to find out what's the matter with the dog. Obviously because I've been in the tank and come out, I must have flicked two of the fish on the floor, so the dog was going mad letting trace now. The fish had got out the tank. Now that one was only a tiny little one, landed on the net on the Daphnia tank, and the other one was a large black and white fish, which they look too clever. Put it in the tank. I can't see it on the top or nothing as yet. Hopefully it'll be okay, it's only a matter of a couple of minutes. Well, hopefully he's alright. I noticed this morning, and I don't know what it is, but on the lid, before I lifted that lid up, it was like sand. It wouldn't have been sawdust, obviously, because it's wood. It felt like sand that's on the lid, so I don't know if we've had a bit of a sandstorm come over during the night or what. I ain't really sure. Looks like it's going to rain again today. Then there's the bucket I emptied out the babies tank yesterday, and that one I've emptied that one this morning. Where you can actually see, there you go. And they've growled already while they've been in there on Daphnia. I've given them no food at all. There should be 4 or 5 in there. So they're doing okay. There's the other one. Just going to get the hours now. It's coming just below the heater. And get the water top back up. Cool. Just hope that nothing leaks.